Celebrating the spookiest season, NXT Halloween Havoc returned for an eventful 2024 edition with multiple championships on the line. Trick Williams defended his championship in a Devil's Playground match against All Ego Ethan Page. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade hoped to make a statement at the expense of new arrivals Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. In our opening match, we saw Obafemi take on Tony D'Angelo for the North American Championship, and Obafemi was confident coming into the destruction of Tony D'Angelo in their tables, ladders and scares match until the family arrived to help. The ruler was unable to deal with the numbers, Clayman fell to a spinebuster from the Dom through a table. After promising a TLC match through Wednesday, D'Angelo and Femi delivered a street fight with more chairs and tables and ladders. The chemistry the two showcased was not on display in their previous contest that focused a bit too much on hitting the spots rather than telling a story. The strongest story element was the weakest in-ring action after the family arrived. The pacing crawled to a halt and the ending about everyone but the Don himself. At least the right man won and Femi's credibility was kept intact with the messy finish. The ruler should now start his ascent to the NXT Championship. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was alright, but I think Femi maybe should have won, but they kind of got out of it in a way that allows Femi to go for the top belt. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But moving on then to Roxanne and Cora against Julia and Stephanie, and after a back and forth, Julia fought off the Doomsday Device and then blasted Roxanne Perez with a superplex, followed by a spiral trap from Stephanie Vaquer for a win. A good match that should have been great. The early female process came off clunkier than expected from the talent involved. The heels never got a serious run to build heat. Still the talent shined in a closing stretch of the match with the fast-paced action. The lack of stakes in this match kind of put it down a level. Maybe could have been a glorified TV match in the eyes of some. Beyond the finish, the Face for Influence match this past week on NXT will be a better showcase for teams involved. The right team won, and I think the Faces definitely got what they need to do, and hopefully kind of helps them stand out on NXT as well. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But moving on into an ambulance match between Andre Chase and Ridge Holland. Chase nearly put away Ridge Holland with his most energised offence, but the British star powered out of the ambulance and then used its thought to knock out the Professor. Holland finished Chase with a Redeemer on the floor to set up an easy throw into the vehicle. Chase and Holland then tried hard to make this matter, but it won't. There's never a match a level worthy of a PLA. On a night dominated by stipulation bouts, this was just plunder that would have been more engaging, probably with different opponents. If this had been a tightly faced match, then they may have got away with it, but the crowd was more interested in weapons than the usual ambulance action. Chase U has been dismantled by Monster with limited upside. It kind of seems to me. It looks like Holland will be next challenger for Trick, but he still has a lot to prove for me. But at least he should put some momentum onto Trick. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Not too great. Alani Jordan then had to defend the Women's North American Championship in a gauntlet match against Fatal Influence. Jordan took out Nyx first with a 450 splash. JC Jane had the best showing against the champ, but Jordan caught her with a bridging pin for a surprise free. Fallon Henry took advantage of a weakened Jordan while getting extra help from Jane and Nyx, allowing her to hit Shining Wizard for the victory. Henry tried to gloat afterwards, but Zariah arrived to lay out Fatal Influence. The match steadily improved for each for Nick struggled. Jane was a decent heel in the beatdown segment, but the pacing was mostly flat. Henry and Jordan erupted in what probably should have been their whole match, really. The two had chemistry, trading moves, which was great. While the crowd was quiet for much of this match, I think the ending really awoke them. And I think, Jordan had a great run, but I think, probably the right decision to do it, and it protected her the way they took it off her as well. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Before we got Trick Williams against All Ego in the Devil's Playground main event, and after a rough landing, Trick tasted his own blood for the first time, and officials looked ready to call the match. The NXT champion refused to quit though, and caught All Ego with a trick shot to win. Afterwards, Ridge Holland laid out Trick with the help of Paige. Bubba Ray Dudley then arrived to make the save. On a night where NXT roster struggled to live up to the PLA spotlight, they definitely stood out in a great way. Luckily, that's exactly what they did. And NXT Championship was definitely the best match on the card by a distance. Unlike the other plunder matches, they had a strong wrestling focus, and a clear storyline, and I thought that really worked well. And I think they've got great chemistry together, and obviously with Bubba Ray Dudley, it's all leading up to something big at the ECW arena. This is great, 7 out of 10. And overall, NXT Halloween Havoc gets a 7 out of 10 from me. It really could have been a 7 or a 6. I'm going to be generous and give it a 7. I think maybe some of the matches didn't quite land, but there were also some definite highlights on the card as well. Like I said, the main event for me was probably the best match on the night, but I think the women produced some really strong action, etc.
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.